doing a tidy up project here. This clutch here I had originally had in for the main, but I never hooked up my Traveler, if you can believe that, all season. Number one, I painted the deck. I had to remove all the hardware. Number two, I couldn't for the life of me understand how the previous, I guess the Traveler sheet or Traveler line went through the pulleys to have some kind of amplification of strength, or like whether it was a 2-to-1 or a 3-to-1 ratio on the pulleys. I couldn't tell. So anyways, I'm just redoing it the way I want to do it, but I haven't quite figured that out yet. But I'm going to save the single clutch here because these are spin lock clutches. They're a little old, but they still work pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I never glued this down, so I'm going to just tap in another hole, and then I'm going to move these over here, which is in line with the exit hole. Same with this one here. There's a slight gap there. That's actually where I could put another single clutch right here to go through this hole, which then is on the inside of the mount. So I would probably put like a deck block to route the rope through it and into the block on the end, and then attach it. But I need to put a couple of pulleys, so I'm not too sure if I'll just do a simple through a pulley to the an anchor point, or go pulley to a double pulley and back to an anchor pull, something like that, or even just put a double on this side and a single on that side, so it will go through the one, through the other, and back, so I'll get more strength. Anyways, here, let me just show you what I mean. So this is, right now I'm just fixing my sheet, so everything's loose. Generally speaking, I can kind of keep it in the right spot, but this is really old. It works fine, but it's pretty old. I took it apart and cleaned and greased the bearings and things, so it's smooth, works good. But there never was like a good mounting system here, and then they had blocks on the outsides, and like I said, I just couldn't figure out how to run it the way they had it. So I'm going to the rope come through here through a block, and then up here through a block to here to another block, and then maybe an anchor point on the other side, or an anchor here. I'm not too sure yet. So basically take the line, go through a block to a block, and tie would be the simplest, and then a single clutch on the inside on each side, so I can just pull and adjust the Traveler, and that'll help me gain a little bit more speed by having the twist taken out of the sail. Right now I'm having a hard time with that because I can't move this Traveler here. So that's what I'm going to be working on, and yeah, just maybe need some ideas. So here in the underneath here, I've got one hole that's was an original hole, and it's too big. These ones here are fresh that I've just drilled, so these ones hold fairly well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Sikaflex around the underside, because that stuff, that 291 has like 500 pounds of or 400 pounds of holding power, so they're pretty good. And then I'll put some in here, so I'm hoping that it will end up filling and holding onto the screw and being good enough. Right now I just have the main sheet on it, so I don't have too many things on it, but we'll see how that goes. So I just got a bit of a Sikaflex on the screw, and using this to help me guide it in. And we're just going to feed this line through here now. tighten up that traveler. Okay, so my traveler or my main sheet works. So I've got basically a triple block, sorry, a double block to a triple block, and then I have a guider here which runs it over. This is where I've newly added that in, because what's been happening is I had this originally going down through this block to here, but I didn't like the way that it was routing, and it was sort of in the way of the vang down, so I can twist on a downwind sail, but I can try to get the twist of the sail or loosen it, or anyways, so I rerouted it through here, and I'm going to try this for a bit, and then I've just got a little eye to direct me around the traveler. And yeah, back into the clutch. So that's well, it's getting to be pretty scarce down here at the marina. Most of the neighbors are gone. I'm coming out in a couple of days. We happen to have a bit of a calm day, but there's a slight wind. There's a little bit of wind, not much, but enough to move the animator. Anyways, just gonna go for a little 2-hour jaunt around the harbor. Last sail of the season before pulling out.